despite what the outside image looks like. So let's look at the company's origins. Remember how I said their real origin story was far more compelling and impressive than the one that they tell about being a pioneer going green? Well, it turns out neither are true. Their entire history is a fucking scam. So, yay. The body shop originated not in Brighton in 1976, but in the Bay Area of San Francisco in 1970. Sisters-in-law Jane Saunders and Peggy Short opened a tiny shop housed in CJ's, a converted auto garage on Telegraph Avenue, selling cosmetics with natural-sounding names in simple plastic bottles of varying sizes. They called it the Body Shop. It was an overnight success. People would stop by as Peggy and Jane cut and wrapped freshly made soaps and poured hand-labeled individual bottles of lotions and perfume oil. Within months, they opened another store in Berkeley and a third in San Francisco at Union Square. In 1970, young Anita traveled to San Francisco with then-boyfriend Gordon to visit his best friend, David Edward. Edward's former wife, Alma, now Dunstan McDaniel, remembers dragging Anita to a favorite shop filled with tie-dye decorations and redolent with incense. That was the place to buy shampoo and body cream, Alma says. She recalls Anita buying armfuls of hand-cut soaps, loofah sponges, and cosmetics in small plastic bottles with handwritten labels. This story has been confirmed by more than half a dozen independent sources, among them Roderick's best friend at the time, Audrey Villancourt, who became the first franchisee and board member, her first cosmetic advisor, Mark Constantine, and her longtime PR director, Janice Raven. The Body Shop's name, store look, product line, marketing concept were exactly copied directly from the Berkeley Body Shop. Villancourt recalls excitingly poring over early Berkeley catalogs with Roderick in 1975, a year before Roderick opened her shop. Roderick's early catalogs, issued in the late 70s with hand-drawn illustrations of plants and advice on how to use the products, are almost an exact copy of the Berkeley The Body Shop's price list and mail-order catalogs from 1970 to 1976. Roderick made the plagiarist's most telling mistake when she copied the Berkeley's Body Shop catalog. Many times word for word, she even copied the original catalog's grammatical errors. The Berkeley catalog says, "We have set prices at reasonable levels by avoiding expensive, gimmicky advertising and by presenting products in modest, attractive packages." Roderick's BSI, Body Shop International, says it will sell moderately priced products with no hype or advertising and minimal packaging. The Berkeley The Body Shop says all our products are biodegradable and made to our specifications. Bottles 20 cents or bring your own. Anita wrote, "All our products are biologically soft and made to our specifications. Bottles 12p or bring your own." Even the product category listings are largely identical. For the hair, for the bath, creams, lotions, oils, and even the category special items were featured in the Berkeley catalog 6 years before Roderick came out with her copycat version. So, can the Body Shop have similar products? Of course. The question here isn't if Anita was inspired by this Berkeley Body Shop. She just copied them. If she made it her own version, I wouldn't be bothered. There's plenty of similar companies out there. But when she took her own name, their catalog, their products, and the story of stealing their shit company had been vouched for, this is theft, and there's no doubt about it. She didn't pioneer jack shit. She took someone else's million-dollar idea. And she didn't start the recycling movement either. The Berkeley Body Shop said in its original brochure in 1971 that if someone brought an empty bottle of their product, they'd get a price reduction. Now, as odd as I feel about bad-mouthing the dead because they can't defend themselves, Anna Roderick did defend herself against these comments already, so I guess I don't feel that guilty about it, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Well, we'll actually get there in a little longer than that, because there is a lot more to still cover here, because kudos to John Atine, because he covered fucking everything. So first, let's note a few more similarities between these two shops in case you're still not convinced that the Body Shop MLM is a sham. Over the years, Roderick came out with many new products first introduced in Berkeley. They both offered hand-lettered plastic bottles filled with lotions with exotic, natural-sounding names. Avocado cream, glycerin, and rose water lotion with vitamin E. Scented glycerin soaps and perfume oils, and uniquely specialty items such as loofah natural vegetable sponges. The Berkeley store offered 4 o'clock astringent lotion. Anita's store sold 5 o'clock lotion. Over the years, there were dozens of similarities. A particularly telling knockoff is Roderick's Japanese washing grains made with ground adzuki beans. The product was actually created by the Berkeley The Body Shop. The Korean woman who made the kimonos that were sold in the shop shared with Jane and Peggy a family recipe utilizing Atsuki grounds as a facial scrub. The Berkeley The Body Shop developed the product with her advice. Roderick did not, as she claimed, come up with the product in a visit to Japan. In fact, the proprietor of a natural food store across the street from Roderick's first store said she used to buy the Atsuki beans for her product from him. BSI delayed moving into the US, Japan, and Israel for many years because the Berkeley store owned the rights to the name. By 1987, Peggy and Jane still owned their modest but very successful chain of shops, then numbering 6. For years, Short and Saunders remained unaware of the brazen heist. As a result, when the Rodericks approached them in 1987 to buy the rights to the Body Shop name for $3.5 million for the rights to the Body Shop trademark in the US, Japan, and Israel, they jumped. They renamed their shops Body Time and agreed to a gag agreement which carried the threat of legal action. Only later did they stumble upon the copycat brochures. The Berkeley women sold the trademark because they didn't want to face an expensive and protracted legal battle over a company with deep pockets. The original The Body Shop is now called Body Time. What got them angry, says a colleague of the Berkeley sisters, was the ongoing deception, Anita's lie, that she originated the idea, the green color scheme, the products, all the things that gave the company its unique identity. Never in our wildest imagination did we think that Roderick, with all her claims about being so honest, would keep this fabrication going. And this is some scumbaggy bullshit thing to do. Like, are you kidding me? Not only did they rip this company off, but they then silenced them. Body Time and the Berkeley sisters, I am so sorry for any of the bullshit that you had to endure. They ended up closing their doors in 2018, and it's honestly devastating. I didn't know the shop, I didn't know the sisters, but they clearly had an idea that worked, and it made Rodericks and their MLM millions. But back to this audit by a team. It's about 50 pages, single-spaced, in Times New Roman 11 font, so I won't be able to cover every single topic that he does, but bear with me. We're going to go over a few more highlights before we get into what the Body Shop has to say about this whole thing. In a portion called The Products of the Body Shop Natural Cosmetics, and Teen says the Body Shop claims natural ingredients are the heart of every product. It's true that the Body Shop is considered the pioneer natural cosmetics company. Teenage girls and young women, even Princess Diana, who made a highly publicized visit at the opening of the BSI manufacturing plant, buy its products because they are natural. Yet, they are not, at least by any reasonable measure. As one noted cosmetologist said, if you called the Body Shop the shoddy bop, you'd get a better idea of its product quality and reputation. The cosmetic industry refers to Body Shop products and lines by Bath & Body Works, Nature's Elements, and similar mass merchandisers as alibi formulations, synthetic compounds combined chemically with a tiny sprinkling of natural ingredients. He then explains the problem with their use of the word natural, as we've gone over before, and adds, one of America's leading natural ingredients expert, Deborah Lynn Dadd, has written 6 books, including Non-Toxic, Natural, and Earthwise. She says BSI's products are not natural enough to be included in her book. They use outdated and unnecessary chemicals and deceptive brochures and product names. Consumers can easily find more natural shampoos, soaps, and lotions that are safer and less expensive. So that's how their company was founded and their natural products. And just a reminder here, we haven't even begun to mention them being an MLM yet. Even if these shenanigans are what got me to look into this mess, there are so many other problems with this company that I can't really anticipate the MLM aspect of it all. And in a weird way, it almost feels like it's the least of my concerns with how bad this shit is. So let's keep going. John and Teen writes that the Body Shop claims they have state-of-the-art testing facilities and a commitment to the highest quality control standards. It says in its corporate training video, all raw materials are microbiologically tested and subjected to our latest analytical techniques. And I mean, of course Body Shop would claim that. What beauty company wouldn't, to be fair? However, despite the impression that it has cultivated, the Body Shop has spent very little money on quality control, especially when compared to its competitors. BSI, Body Shop International, evolved as a classic bathtub firm with little product research or testing. Industry scientists, including BSI's Mark Constantine, says it still uses formulations that have been phased out by more innovative companies. BSI is renowned in the cosmetics industry for its use of outdated, industrial, off-the-shelf recipes filled with unnecessary petrochemicals, despite claims it will never use non-renewable sources